All right, hello. Today is August 6th. Sony's got a brand new State of Play, their Nintendo Direct series, where they're going to talk about some games. They've already come out and said, hey, don't expect first parties, don't expect PS5 news. This is just for PS4, PSVR, and anything else in between. But I assure you, someone on Twitter is going to be like, man, they didn't show off Ratchet and Clank. I thought we were going to see the PS5 price, even though they came out and said it. It's going to be exactly like what happened with that Nintendo Direct Mini. Nintendo was like, hey, it's only on games we've announced, and it's third-party companies. People still like, where's Zelda? So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. The last State of Play actually was pretty good. They had showed off some pretty good stuff. I'm curious to see what this is going to be. PSVR has been pretty light in content of late. Well, actually, no. Iron Man VR came out. That was actually kind of cool. But I'm curious to see what the VR stuff's going to be and kind of what else they have for PS4 this year. I'm hoping for some good third-party stuff, like some strong titles. I'm really not trying to see Watch Dogs Legion or anything like that. It's like... I'm just gonna go in, open expectations. I'm not gonna overhype it. Whatever they announce is whatever they announce, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh damn, they were too fast on the the changeover. They should have just waited till 0 and faded out. They're just like, whew. Okay. That button sounds a bit different. I wonder if that's the sound from PS5. No, they didn't announce it. Hey, some more footage of this. Hey, all right. It's about time.
I'm Lou Studdard, producer at Toys for Bob, and I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Crash 4 is a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The devious villains, Neo Cortex and Dr. Entropy, have finally escaped their interdimensional prison, leaving an evil scientist-sized hole in the universe. Now they've got their eyes set on not only simply conquering this dimension, but all dimensions. And it's up to Crash and Coco to save the day. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a decade. So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime
Don't
fans,
include those
as
awful
well as new
Crash
players,
games. They were
to this
Crash of
amazing
the
franchise.
Titans.
First, we made sure to incorporate the classic tense, precise, and perspective-shifting platforming that we all fell in love with.
That awful Wrath of
We wanted
Cortex,
to
man.
introduce exciting new elements that we can't wait to show you today. Let's start with Insanity Beach. This is where Crash's adventure first started, and where we picked things up again in Crash 4. But there have definitely been changes since we first saw Insanity Beach all those years ago. And throughout Crash 4, you'll see those changes to our gameplay and even our art style. Our art teams wanted to take inspiration.
That's
from
weird.
Not
You
just
see the
original
apple?
games,
See
but
the Wumpa Fruit
animated
count?
cartoons that
It's
inspired
300.
those original games. All while also delivering bigger,
That's
more
weird.
awe-inspiring dimensions to explore.
I'm not used to seeing it go
Throughout
higher
Crash
than
4,
99.
You'll see wide-open new vistas, new character models, and lots of expressive animations. And with all of that, also comes new additions to the platforming, like having the ability to wall run, rope swing, rail grind, and zip line as well. In the original trilogy, specifically Crash Warped, there were certain moments in the game where Crash would change outfits. Think Crash wearing a biker jacket when riding a motorcycle. That seemed like a natural area for us to expand upon. So we have loaded the game with tons of awesome skins that you can earn and wear throughout the game. These skins are totally cosmetic and a fun way to express yourself while playing the game. And just to be clear, there's no MTX here. Skins are earned by completing different challenges and earning gems within levels.
No, they had to come out
Crash
and
4
clarify
also
that.
introduces the quantum
But
masks.
I'm happy
The
to see
powerful
actual
protectors of time and
unlockables
space.
in games.
Crash and Coco will need their
And I'm sure
assistance
someone
throughout
out there is
the game
mad.
to
You mean I
tackle
gotta play the
crazy
game to
challenges
unlock
that we'll be
this?
throwing at the player. Whether it's Ika Ika, who gives you the ability to instantly flip your center of gravity at the press of a button. Kapunawa, who allows you to slow down the world around you.
Okay, I'm already liking some of the stuff they're adding
Lani Loli,
here.
who allows you to phase shift elements in and out of existence, bending the rules of reality and altering.
Like, there's
your
gonna be
environment with
some
these new
pretty good
masks is a must.
good levels with
We
this.
also can't wait to talk to you about the fourth mask, Akano, but that's gonna have to wait for another day. What we can tell you today, though, is that Crash isn't the only character you get to take control of during this adventure.
No, Coco.
For starters, You can play the entire game as Coco. Any level that you can play as Crash, you can also play as Coco.
Nice.
It was also very important for us that she take a more prominent role in the story this time as well. But that's not all. We've got a few other characters that you'll get to control at key points in the adventure, so that they can provide their own fresh perspectives and new gameplay. Here you can see that you'll be taking control of Neo Cortex. He's all about using his blaster to change an enemy in his path.
Now, if only they were
In
just
addition to
like,
playing
man,
as Cortex,
Twin
we're excited to
Sanity
reveal that for the
remake.
first time, you'll also get to tail slap your way through crates as
Hey!
Dingodile. I repeat, you get to play as Dingodile in Crash 4. And a lot has changed in the years since we last saw Dingodile. In fact, he hung up his old flamethrower rocket launcher combo when he decided to retire from a life of villainy and open a diner. Unfortunately for Dingo, fortunately for us, his adventure begins by witnessing the destruction of said beloved diner and getting sucked into another dimension. Finally, there's one more surprise I'm incredibly excited to show you today. The Crash Bandicoot series has always been about finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. In the past, it's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets.
Oh god, don't remind me of those
For
time
Crash 4,
trials.
we wanted to bring something brand new to the table, so we teamed up with our friends at Beanox to create a brand new style of play for Crash 4 that we call Inverted Mode. It's our souped-up, bumpa-berry-fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspectives shifted, but now each of the dimensions are rendered in a new and unique art style that really changes the look and feel of the experience. One dimension could be asking you to traverse through a neon wasteland, while another tasks players with spinning paint all over the environment to see their path forward. We've even got one that feels like an old-timey movie, with the overcranked camera speed increasing the actual speed of gameplay as well.
This is what I like
Once
to
unlocked,
hear.
Players can replay all the game's
Bring a
levels with
series
totally
back,
new
and you
dynamic
bring
look
new
and feel.
things to the
It's an
table with
incredibly
it.
fun feature that is going to give every player, especially the completionists
I'm
out
just like,
there,
please,
a
this
reason to
game looks
revisit
so
each level
promising so
again
far. It looks really
to see what
good.
new and exciting
I just
experiences
hope
in
it
store for them.
lands.
So that's some of the new stuff that we have in store for you in Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Experience
And it's
the
a few
space
days
and
before my
time-bending
birthday, so
madness
it's
on October
perfect.
2nd.
Perfect time. All right, it's a good start so
Today's
far.
State of
I'm
Play is loaded with third-party
seeing that
updates for
extra
PS4
Crash
and
stuff
PSVR.
definitely made me
Some new
a
PS5
lot more
gameplay too.
excited for that game. Although
We
I
opened
was
the show
pumped
with
when they
an
first
all-new
showed it,
look
but
at
definitely
Crash
seeing
4,
more looks
It's
into
About
the
Time,
gameplay.
coming to PlayStation 4
It's
on
looking
October
really
2nd.
promising.
Now let's keep the party going with the latest from IO Interactive.
What they got up their sleeves.
Besides, this is your big day. You
Uh-oh.
should mingle. Have fun.
Oh, don't worry
Damn,
about
actually,
that.
this is probably gonna be
My
sick.
art speaks for
Hitman VR.
Well, I have to go. I'll call you when I get back tonight.
Oh god, you get to throw the stuff. Should just throw a wrench at some guy's head in VR. Ah, my weapon of choice, a can of beans. Hitman 3. Woo! That's gonna be dope. Oh man. And he already said PS5. It's gonna be on PS5 and VR is compatible on there. I'm ready. That could probably be another killer VR game. That they said the entire trilogy's on there. That means they're probably gonna do the thing what they did with 2, where you can play the maps from the first 2 games on 3. So having the entire series in VR, that'll be cool. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time is not the game they're being shown right now. Braid? They legit make Braid too. They're really doing Braid too. I'm honestly shocked. Or it's a remake. Oh, Anniversary Edition. All right. That came out of nowhere. I haven't thought of Braid in a long time. The last time I thought of it was when Soulja Boy was playing it, and the creator was getting all mad. He's like, he's not understanding the game.
Edition.
Jonathan Blow is just
it's
like,
the classic
just getting all
adventure
heated.
where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern high resolutions.
Many areas
That's
have been
cool.
re-envisioned to make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game. There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance the mood, and many hours of developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and visual art.
We plan to make it the most detailed commentary in any game ever. So if you want to learn how video games are made, Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
But is it going to be on the level of the Half-Life ones
early next year.
or the Portal ones? Those commentaries are really good, and the Left 4 Dead one too. I think it was just Left 4 Dead and Portal that had a commentary.
The
So.
Pathless is a mythic
You know,
adventure set on a mystical
Braid
island.
Anniversary
Let's take
Edition.
a quick
That's
tour
pretty
in this
good.
new footage captured from PS5.
Hi everyone, this is Matt Nava from Giant Squid. I'm excited to share more with you today about our upcoming game, The Pathless. The Pathless is an open-world, mythic adventure game set in a vast forest. You play as the Hunter. The Hunter is a master of archery. She can shoot talismans to fill her dash meter, which allows her to bound across the landscape. Fluid, dynamic movement is at the core of the Pathless.
Uh-oh.
So the game's unique
This
take
looks
on
kinda
archery
sick.
is all about timing, not aiming down sights. This design was critical to making it possible to shoot even while moving fast and performing acrobatic maneuvers. You instantly feel as skilled as the Hunter herself.
They said timing. I'm curious as to what degree, like, the timing you have to do for this stuff.
With help from the Eagle, you can even fly. The bond between the Hunter and the Eagle is central in the Pathless. You can gain altitude while you glide by flapping.
I am curious what else there is to the game, but the concept seems pretty cool.
Make sure you pet the Eagle to keep it clean and in good flying condition.
Can you pet the animal? This game confirms it already. Like, we're not wasting any time. We're not adding a post-game patch. It's in their launch.
You'll find secrets all over the island, if you know where to look. Collecting crystals will let you upgrade the Eagle's ability to flap. You'll also discover larger puzzles to solve in ancient structures. The Pathless is all about finding your own way forward. So unlike most open-world games, there's no map. Instead, the Hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks. It even shows you where you've been. Getting to higher vantage points will let you see further with spirit vision.
Like, every game's going towards that. I feel like Ghost of Tsushima, like, the way their UI is, it's like real minimal.
Giant
It's like they
cursed
don't really
spirits, the
want you
source
looking
of
at the
the
map.
darkness, will pose a constant
Just
threat to
doing,
you
like,
on your
the-
quest.
Just letting
They
the
will try
player
to
figure
separate
out
you
stuff.
from the Eagle. Stay still in the light to avoid
This scene
detection.
looks cool. The art style of it looks pretty nice. I will say.
You won't be able to take on the cursed spirits until you've returned light to the obelisks.
It's like the travel around. You have your like
When the
little
obelisks are restored,
watchtowers.
the cursed spirits will be vulnerable. Chase them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle.
I'm only worried with this is it seems like it's very like kind of like you're kind of just playing the scene. Like see how like the targets are on its body and you're moving. I feel like it'd be a really easy game, but like I said, I can't really speak on everything with it since it's just this.
And Eagle will have to defeat the cursed spirits to bring light back to the world. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of The Pathless. We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore and discover.
Let me
The
guess.
Pathless is coming out later
February?
this year.
Oh, this year.
Thanks for watching.
I was thinking like the way they're going over it like this in this much detail, it has to come out pretty soon. It's like, oh yeah, it does. I'm definitely gonna wait on this one. I kind of want to see more footage myself.
Next up, let's see what's in store for Spelunky
I
2.
haven't seen footage of this in a bit. They
Hi, my name is
did that
Derek
little
Yu, and I'm the
teaser
creator
trailer,
of
and that was it.
For Spelunky 2, I wanted to make sure we made something that got old fans excited and also brought in new players. It was important we didn't change the things that made Spelunky such a unique experience in the first place. So many people became fans of the game through their friends and family, and even strangers on the internet. That's one reason why we're adding online multiplayer, so that more people can play the game together.
Okay.
And I also wanted to include that feeling of community into Spelunky 2 itself to make sure that the game felt welcoming even though it's difficult. In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community and family. I designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1. It's going to feel a lot more full. Players will be able to explore and interact with it in lots of new ways. For example, you'll be able to ride turkeys and find hidden passageways. And you'll have to choose between branching paths as you make your way deeper into the caves. As a result, the stories players create will have much more texture to them. Even after many, many hours of playing, I still have interesting runs that don't even go past the first area. In Spelunky 1, runs often centered around the shops and how you chose to interact with them. So in Spelunky 2, we've expanded the shopping experience and made them more nuanced and exciting. And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you. Given how amazing the Spelunky community is, it's hard to say how long it will take to find the deepest secrets. But I think the great thing about Spelunky is that
Release it on PC, those secrets gonna be found in a day.
And there are lots of new things to play with that I hope players can use to push past the boundaries of what we, as the developers, know about the game. I have two types of favorite stories from Spelunky fans. First are when people are genuinely surprised by something that happened in the game. And second, the ones where people shared a fun experience with friends and family in multiplayer. These are the stories I wanted to expand upon in Spelunky 2. They're really what guided my design choices. After releasing Spelunky, I knew there was a lot more that could be done with the concept and the world. Knowing that possibility was out there is what's been exciting for me and the rest of the team. In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2 comes out, I want players to experience what we experienced making it. That feeling that there's something special there waiting for you to discover it. A big thanks to the fans who've waited patiently for us to finish Spelunky 2. It's been a long journey, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Thanks.
Is this a next year game or this year's one? Oh, that's really soon. All right. Looks good. I might pick that up. Although there's like 100 other games coming out in
We've got
September
a bunch
too.
of new PS4 updates to share
So that's
with
gonna
you,
be hard.
starting with a closer look at Genshin Impact.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's
Wait, is
take
this
a
that
look.
Breath of the Wild game? I was kind of like, are they gonna release this? Because I was like, boy, where have I seen this game before? I just remember seeing when this first got revealed. I forgot which event it was, but people like there was a long line for the demo, and people in the line pulled out their Switches in retaliation. They're like, you guys ripped off Zelda." It's pretty much, Breath of the Wild has Link, but this game has anime girls. And they're like, well, I think this one will work better. Although there is a bit of me that, like, when I first saw this, I was like, I kind of want to give it a try to see how it is in terms of a Breath of the Wild styled game.
Speak my name.
Like, just certain things, like, aesthetically with it, like, it just looks very similar. Not the character design, but just, like, the world and the way, like, the lighting's used for, like, certain moves and... Like, it's going for that same art style. I'm honestly shocked it's still happening. Because I was talking about this game a few months ago. I was like, did that game ever get released? And it's coming out this year.
I claim your mind for the Void Armada. Gods have squealed for my mercies. Who are you to stand in the way of my vengeance? This ambition of yours, what a waste of stardust.
What game is this? Definitely a beat 'em up. Ava? Those designs look a little familiar. Aeon Must Die, 2021. Oh, okay. Deadliest Catch, the video game. I don't know why just looking at this, I can just feel like this is gonna be a Metroidvania style game. I don't know. It just has that. Just the gameplay just feels like it probably is gonna have something like that. But it's not to say I'm just saying it just from the footage here. On mutation.
It's time to talk bug snacks. Let's check out some gameplay footage captured from PS5.
All right, let's finally see this game.
My invitation is open. Come join me on the island of bug snacks.
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a two-bit con artist. Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense. I swear, if you chase this bug snack story, you're out of a job.
You're the journalist. Lisbeth said you'd be coming. There's a bug snack right over there. Do me a favor and take my snack trap.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes wild for ketchup. Use it to lead the bunger over yonder.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my favorite bug snack is. And feed it to me, obvs.
How's my little sprout doing? He misses Papa? Oh, of course he does. Well, I have a few prototype traps that I could put to use.
This looks like a weird game.
Good at stuff, and nobody hates you yet. You can catch bug snacks and bring everybody back to Snacksburg.
Snacksburg.
Well, say you do find these bug snacks and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
Is that flying pizza slices? Holiday 2020. You know, I will say that theme is really catchy.
There's a lot
First
more
time I
in
heard it, I
store.
was just like,
Let's
yeah, it's
start with
okay.
an
And
update on an
afterwards,
eagerly
I was
awaited
like,
PlayStation VR game.
I kind of had it in my head afterwards, like, curse you, bug snacks. Oh, looks like this is finally coming, consoles.
You must stop Vader.
I don't understand why you never mentioned that you had the Force.
Curious how much it costs on Oculus. It's going to be the same price or a little bit different. 'Cause they definitely probably have to like limit certain things just because you don't have that kind of scale for VR. Star Wars VR series Vader Immortal. Fate has chosen you. October. Oh, all right. Later this month, I might pick that up. I actually have been meaning to try that out, but it's like I don't have Oculus Quest.
Whatever you do, stay in the light.
505 games. Remedy. Oh yeah, I forgot Control is getting a it's getting a port for PS5. This is one of those games I'm sad I missed out on because every single person I talked to about it were just head over heels on this game. And I felt bad I missed it. I think there was just so many other games out at the time, I couldn't get it. Oh, it's an expansion. Oh. Ooh. But even then, they have said it's coming to PS5, so I'm going to get it there. That's when I'm going to get on it, so I can play it in the best possible light. What's this, Aya Judgment? We know what the kids want. Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game on PS4? No, this game. I don't even know what's happening on screen. There's like all this UI like in the corners, and then all these. It's giving me a headache. What? Who won? Auto chess. Damn, just give me regular chess. Regular chess I can understand. That one is just like there's 100 things going on that didn't make sense. It's like, haven't you ever wanted to play as the restroom icon person? It's kind of cool. You know what? It kind of seems like it reminds me of like a Newgrounds game. It seems like a kind of chill game I'd be playing in class. It's like, you know, I should be doing my class work right now, but you know, I'll just go over to Newgrounds. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. I like this. This seems like a cool little, just chill, relaxed game. It's like a turn off and just, you know, just play. The Pedestrian, coming to PS4 January 2021. It said coming to PS4. Is it already out?
Now let's take a look at 2 new games headed to PS5.
We are the forest shadows. Ghosts. Running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Sumo Newcastle.
They count, ration, manipulate. They've taken everything from those they claim to protect.
Oh yeah, this game's already out. The Pedestrian. It's on Steam.
We aren't an invading army.
Cool.
We are wraiths. We bypass defenses and strike at the heart.
The ghost of the forest, the wraith of the night. Won't think twice, he'll be by your side. The stag is heavy, it's the archer's eye.
We take back what was stolen.
When the hoods both fly.
And the people call us heroes.
From the dead all night.
To others, we are rivals.
What's this Kratos looking guy over there? Boy, people kind of dumb. Why'd they walk so slow to that chest? They should have known there were going to be other people there. They're like, all right, we got all these easy guys. Let's just walk as slow as possible over to that chest.
But some of us will become
legends.
When hoods both fly.
They write themselves. It's all cliches.
From the dead.
2021 PS5. That's not doing it for me, honestly. PlayStation Plus subscription. Collect creatures. Battle friends. Remember Pokemon? Well, this isn't it. You know, you don't have Pokemon on PS4, but we got Mokomon. Explore together. In an online world. Because it's a whole new world, but you still gotta catch them all to be the best that you can be. Tim up in 2021.
Before we wrap up, let's take a tour of Godfall. We've got new PS5
Hey, remember
gameplay for
this game?
focused action epic launching this holiday.
Gearbox. Gearbox, the same studio that brought you Duke Nukem Forever. So we know it's in good hands.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share gameplay with you today and to offer you a glimpse into the mystical world of Godfall. Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on a PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product.
Some things may look better here than when you play it in 5 months.
Of Sony's next generation console. Please enjoy. So let's jump right into what Godfall is. Godfall is a looter slasher that features intense action, satisfying moment-to-moment combat, and robust loot progression systems. You can enjoy the game at your own pace, playing alone, or through online co-op with up to 2 additional teammates. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms.
Now, I've never heard this
The world
before.
is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water,
Fire,
air, and fire.
Boy, I've never heard this
Godfall
before.
is a complete
Yo, they're
package.
breaking new ground with
All loot and
this.
gear in
4
the game
regions:
are
Earth,
acquired or
water,
unlocked through
air.
There are no
How'd they come up with this?
microtransactions. No waiting for content. It's all in the game on day 1.
It better be.
As you adventure, you'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top. You play a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat. Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history.
It's
Now
like,
let's talk
you
about
get
gameplay
badass with
in
this
Godfall.
armor. Like, shouldn't you be badass from the start?
our
You know,
team
Kratos
wanted to
was
do
a mean
something
dude.
different.
You know, he was
Wanted
just
to combine
wearing
action
a
RPG
loincloth.
loot progression
He didn't need
with
armor
third-person
on.
melee combat to create what
See what
we
happened when he
think
did have
is a
armor? He
looter
died.
slasher.
He lost it.
Our game is therefore 1 part gear-driven and 1 part player skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment or mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in Godfall is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing
I
offense
don't know.
over
Is it just me, or is it
More
combat
often
like
than not,
it's
you'll be facing
it's-
multiple enemies at the same time.
it's not hitting me?
As a result, you should always be moving and closing the gap on enemies.
Like, it's just something
Also,
about it. It's just
you
not
dominate
flowing
the
right
combat
with me.
space, not the
It's
enemies.
nothing like a
And the game rewards you for
DMC5
being
where that you just look at that and it's just
Now that you're
smooth and the
familiar
combat
with the
just
combat
looks
philosophy, let's
fun.
dig
Like, I don't
into the
know.
weapons themselves.
I'm gonna be fair
In
because it's
Godfall,
still
there are 5
there's still
weapon
left and
classes.
there's still
The longsword,
stuff that's gonna change, but
the dual blades,
I don't know.
the polearm, the two-handed warhammer, and the two-handed greatsword.
Like, I know it's not trying to be that kind of action game.
Each weapon class has their own unique movesets and play styles, ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play.
But
As
I'm not
you
just
defeat enemies in
comparing
your
it in like
adventures, you will
action
acquire
games.
numerous weapons. For each weapon category,
it's-
each weapon with their own primary and secondary traits.
It might be a
At
good
later
game.
date, We will delve into the weapon
I might be
classes
just going
and
very
how to
unfairly
modify
right
them
now.
in greater detail. For now, we'll go over the dual blades and the longsword weapon classes. The dual blades are the fastest weapon class in Godfall, embodying speed, fluidity, and mobility. The dual blades are exceptional against soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light attacks. The dual blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone. The blade cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo.
They gotta explain
So what are the
combos
signature
in the
moves
game.
for the dual blades?
As you fight in the
build up
game,
charge,
hitting
you can also
combos,
activate inner
hitting
focus,
button
which is
inputs
unique to
lets
the
you
dual
do
blades,
new
which inflicts
moves.
massive damage in a short period of time. There's also Mortal Coil, where you can throw your blade into an enemy, pulling the enemy towards you like pulling a cable.
I'm gonna hold my tongue because I feel like I'm nitpicking so many things, and I don't want to come off like that.
Embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns.
But why is it when he brought the enemy to him, it came in like a snap? Like there was no weight to it. It should have been like
their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's Spiral Technique, which eviscerates all enemies in a straight fixed path. Notice there's a white flash after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword. The shield is a core part of Godfall. It's available to you throughout the entire game. You can always block incoming attacks with your shield. If you press the shield button at the right time, you can also parry an attack. You can perform
standard should be in every action game.
A last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike. The shield is great not just for defense, but also offense. You can aim and throw your shield, which will hit multiple
I feel like they're
nearby
like
targets.
going like in depth for stuff. Like it's like people who've never played an action game.
You can perform a powerful wave attack. You can double tap the shield button to petrify enemies. And of course, you can perform an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
There was like, I'm gonna hold my tongue. I'll wait till the end.
We hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5. We also want to thank all the fans for their endless support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road, such as details on loot and progression, and are eager to share more with you on our way to launch this holiday season. We hope that you will join our Godfall community on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you.
Whew. Like I said, I'll wait to the end of the state of play. Say, I would have to say on Godfall.
That's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed this peek into the future of PlayStation. See you next time.
All right, I'll pause it right there. That's a good stop. Okay, yeah, that was it. That was it for the PlayStation State of Play. Now, let me say what I have to say on Godfall. I don't know. Something about, like, watching, because I wanted to just watch that last battle just to see the gameplay, just like with no explaining just how it is. Something about the way they hit the enemy, like, it just, there's no weight to it. Like, I feel like the enemy slightly reacts, but I feel like it's just like, nothing. Like, what makes a good action game is when you're fighting, just seeing like the enemy react and feeling the weight behind every movement. Like a light attack should have like the feeling like, okay, it's doing light damage, and heavy should have the feeling where it's like knocking them down. But I feel like Godfall really isn't giving me that right now. like it's probably a fine game, but I don't know, just it's probably just not for me. Like just like this is the fact that it's like very loot based, and it's like loot kind of makes even though they said game like the combat and your technical skill, it comes into play, but definitely that loot is a big part of it as well, where you're going to be getting different loot to kind of make progress and do better against the enemies. Kind of not partial to that. Like, there, of course, a lot of action games are gonna have the systems in play where you can upgrade your stuff and in that, but I feel like it's just not a system for me. Like, I don't know, it's a game. The thing that sucks is if Redbox was still renting games, this would be a good Redbox rental game. It's like, you know what? I'll rent for a day or two. I'll check it out. I'll have to spend $60 and I'm good. But it's just like, man, I don't know if this is a purchase for me, honestly. Maybe at some point in the future on sale. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I was my very negative reaction to Godfall. I really wasn't trying to be that low on it, but it's just like just looking, I was just like, man, it's just not hitting it. Like I love action games. Like they're some of my favorite games genres to play. So I'm very particular on them. So like when I see one, it's just like, no, it's just not doing it for me. But yeah, to talk about the whole state of play as a whole, it had its moments. I'd say it started out really well. The Crash Bandicoot, it's about time. Kind of just talking about that, going in depth of the gameplay. That stuff was good. I forgot the name of the. Actually, I can just scroll through. You know, I don't know why I'm like, what game did they show? It's like, hey, you know, I can just do this. But yeah, like the Crash Bandicoot stuff. I'll mute this. Like the Crash stuff was cool. I like a lot of the stuff they're doing with this new game. I'm excited for it. It's coming out real soon. Yeah, the Hitman thing. That's gonna be sick. Like I don't know to what degree of freedom they're gonna give you for this, or if you're gonna have specific kills that you have to do in a certain way. But that's going to be cool. And that is probably going to be just a little side thing with the main game purchase. So you buy the game and you have the VR mode in there, which that's going to be awesome. It's like they started off with cool stuff, like the little Braid announcement. That was nice. This game, even though I still need to see more, it still looked like it was pretty decent. And then I'd say after Spelunky 2 is, now they're just gonna do that now. Oh, great. All right, well, I'll just enlarge this in terrible quality mode, so you get to see my face in sub HD quality because I'm just cheap and I have a webcam. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It definitely isn't the worst state of play, but it was fine. Definitely when it got more towards the middle to end is when it started getting a little weaker. I'd say after Spelunky 2, where there wasn't anything that was like too crazy. Like Pedestrian, that was nice. Seeing a little bit more bug snacks, that was cool. But that one medieval game with those guys were looting that chest, I didn't really remember that. Godfall, I already went into that enough. Like it's okay. Like there's some decent stuff that was shown. There definitely is gonna be another PlayStation event. Like don't be like, this was a waste of time. They didn't show off the price. They didn't announce system. That's coming. Believe me, the system's supposed to be out this year, and they're gonna do another thing. They're not just gonna release this console, and we're not gonna know what the menu looks like or anything else specifically with it. But that's definitely gonna be. It's gonna be there at some point. Yeah, overall, about a C plus maybe for this one. Like I said, kind of in the middle, like not bad, but not great. And that's kind of how it's been for a lot of the state of play. Like not bad, but not just in that amazing part. They're not the Nintendo Directs yet. Those can be from like high A's to like the lowest possibly is like a B, maybe C, but. Yeah, we'll see. We got more Sony stuff this year, believe me. they're gonna do some more talks of things. So we're gonna have way more games to discuss and see. Like when they do that PS5 thing to talk about the price and everything else, I will be there. Believe me, I will be there. So yeah, I'm gonna call it right there. Thank you for joining me for my watch of the State of Play. And I hope to see you again in the future when I do some more watching of the Sony events and whatever other events are going to be happening. Because, we got new consoles. These companies are still going to be showing some stuff. And Nintendo when they get to it. But I ain't bringing that conversation up. I'm not trying to get those people on me. So until next time, I'm John, GWC. And I will see you later. I'm gonna go for a super long fade out just to make it really uncomfortable. Hold on. I'm just gonna increase the time. Wait, okay, here we go. See you later. See? It's uncomfortable because it just keeps going and it's just fading out for a really long time.